What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got more JRPG sessions for you today, and this was inspired by my gaming mood last night. So last night I sat down to play Tales of Arise. I feel like I'm getting towards the end, I'm pretty hyped, but I honestly just was not in the mood. I wasn't in the mood to play a JRPG last night, and that's what got me thinking the following. What is your game or genre that you go to when you need a break from JRPGs? When you're just completely not in the mood for turn-based, huge story, anything that relates to JRPGs, where do you go? What do you turn to? What's your game? What's your genre? For me, that genre is a whole genre, and it is the genre of Metroidvanias. And I have here the granddaddy of all Metroidvanias, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, I'm not here to talk specifically about this game. I'm here to talk about Metroidvanias as a whole, but this is just like the god Metroidvania. This is required reading if you plan on playing any game in the genre. If you've never touched the genre, never played any game that has anything to do with it ever, start here. Every other one is based on this. This spawned it all. What I really like about Metroidvanias that I don't get from JRPGs, and this is gonna sound weird, but in Metroidvanias, there's not really a heavy focus on story, which I can appreciate. They're much more action-based, much more on the boots on the ground, going, hitting stuff, fighting stuff, with dashes, enough story sprinkled in to say that there's a story, basically. And there's more that expand on stories, some that have even less story. But the main draw of these games and what I love about them is the exploration. Now, like I said, that might sound weird because JRPGs have a ton of exploring, huge maps, a lot of ground to cover. But the way Metroidvanias handle that is completely different. If you're unfamiliar with the genre, you're basically just dropped in this giant ass map. But you can't access it all at once. You're blocked off to certain parts of the map. And as you explore and kill bosses and gain new abilities, you're able to explore more and more and more. So for example, the big one I'm playing right now, the one I started last night was Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. In Aria of Sorrow, you're locked to the beginning of the map until you fight a couple of bosses and you unlock the double jump ability. When you unlock the double jump ability, you can reach more platforms and more areas on the map. On top of that, you also have a glide ability that you can get, so you can double jump and then glide to reach even more platforms that you couldn't get to before, and more areas that you couldn't get to before. And then eventually you'll be locked again until you find a new ability or a key or something else that allows you to continue exploring. This is what I love about these games. It's just constant fighting and constant exploration. There's no breaks for story beats or anything like that. Just dope music, great level design, and cool weapons and abilities. And you just explore this map until you 100% it, and you go beat the game. I love getting lost in these games. I love exploring. I love not having to think when I play it. They're not the deepest of games, but that's not always a problem. I don't need games to be deep, super deep for them to be good. They just need to be fun and entertaining and feel good to play. And these games are that for me. Now, as for recommendations, if you're looking into trying Metroidvanias at all, I do have a few that are not Castlevania Symphony of the Night or Castlevania in general. So a couple I would recommend is one called Iconoclast. That is on PC, PlayStation, and I believe Xbox. Really fun little Metroidvania. If you're a fan of anime, there is Record of Lotus War, Deedlit's Wonderland, which is heavily inspired by Castlevania Symphony of the Night. A lot of Deedlit's animations are very similar to Alucard's, and that's a really cool shout out. I like that a lot. The last Strider that Capcom released it's available on PC, but it's a little older. I would recommend getting it there. But That was a Metroidvania. That one caught me by surprise. I had no idea when I launched that game what I was getting into, and I was so happy once I realized what it was. Like, that's a Metroidvania is a dope thing to do with the Strider franchise, and I was really happy about that. But yeah, guys, whenever I need a break from a JRPG and I need to switch gears, I turn to Metroidvanias. I started with this game, and I've just branched out into so many more. If you want even more recommendations beyond the 4 that I listed, there are so many out there for you to try that are all so good, and I'd be happy to let you know. Alright guys, so what is it for you? Is it a particular game that you turn to? Is it like me and it's a whole genre that you turn to when you need a break from JRPGs? Let me know. I'd love to hear what games you guys play, and I would love to take some recommendations if you guys have games that I haven't played. I'd love to try anything. I'm an open book. Let's do it. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you chilling with me. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.